Assalaamu alaikum and hello everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. So welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about ways to make yourself feel better in an instant. So I'm not sure why this topic came to mind, but I was thinking of the things that I do, when I'm feeling a little bit not in the mood, a bit down, things that I do to give me a little bit of a lift and to make me feel happier or to feel a little bit better. And I thought I'd share it with you guys in case it helps you as well, and just a couple of other ways that I thought might help. And it'd be really interesting if you guys can also share what you do to kind of uplift yourself when you're having a bit of a bad day. So if you've got like a condition, a clinical condition, you've got like long-term depression or something, then this probably won't help you. But for those little dips and those days when you're just not in the mood or something happens to kind of put you in a bad mood and you want to lift yourself up out of it, hopefully, inshallah, these tips will help you guys. So the first one I put down, which just makes me laugh, but hug a baby. So it helps if you've got a baby of your own. I unfortunately don't have a baby anymore. My youngest is nearly 3, so she's a toddler, but she's still my baby. So hug someone, or ideally hug a baby, because they're just soft and cuddly, aren't they? But it reminds me of those TikTok videos or reels that were going around where aunties would go around to their sisters' houses or siblings' houses and then push the sibling out of the way just to go and pick up the baby. So apparently if you hug someone, especially if it's someone you care about and love, it releases happy hormones. So I'm going to read you a little bit that I could find to do with that, because I find it fascinating. So hug someone for at least 6 seconds. So as you're hugging that person, just count in seconds. They won't think it's weird. Yes, it says cuddling releases feel-good hormones. When we touch, cuddle, hug or hold hands, our bodies release feel-good hormones. These hormones include oxytocin, dopamine and serotonin. Wow, all 3 of them. Once the hormones are released into our bodies, we experience feelings of happiness, relaxation, improved mood and lower levels of depression. It makes sense that when we're feeling down, a hug can often help lighten our feelings. There's also research that suggests hugging or cuddling for more than 6 seconds, oxytocin and serotonin are released at maximum levels. Wow. So if you want to get a maximum release of those happy hormones, give it at least 6 seconds. Another thing you could do if you're feeling a little bit sad or down and you need to lift your mood a bit, watch cute cat videos on YouTube or any animal that you like, but definitely watching a couple of cat videos does bring joy to the heart and kind of makes you forget what you were stressed about and puts a smile on your face. So that's a really quick, instant way to boost your joy and happiness and make you feel better. One way that I overuse to make myself feel better, even when I'm not feeling down, is to have a treat. So that might mean a chocolate bar, a cup of tea, a coffee, a nice drink of something delightful. But yeah, a treat can sometimes go a long way. Just a small treat, a bar of chocolate, a crisp packet, something healthy, an apple if you're a healthy kind of person, something that you enjoy and you might not normally have it, but because you're not feeling that great, it might give you that little boost. But also I guess it's not a good idea to overdo it, because that's probably where the expression comfort eating comes from, doesn't it? So if you're feeling down, you eat a lot just to comfort yourself. So I guess that's not the best way, but as long as you do it in moderation. Another thing that would probably make you feel better straight away if you're not feeling that great is a change of scenery. And usually this would be maybe going for a walk, maybe even having a look at the sunrise or sunset, depending on the time of day. So if it's close to evening and you're not feeling that great, look out for the sunset. Just connecting with nature, it just feels nice and it kind of makes you realise what's important and what actually matters and how small we are and how beautiful nature is, if that makes any sense. Also going for a walk, it's a form of exercise, you get your blood circulating, get some fresh air if you're going outdoors for a walk in the park, look at all the beautiful flowers, the trees, get your mind off whatever was stressing you out or whatever was making you feel like rubbish or not that great. It helps if the weather's nice and it's not freezing or raining outdoors, then you wouldn't have the best walk and you might end up feeling worse than you did when you left the house. Another way that you could try to make yourself feel better instantly is by watching your favorite YouTuber or favorite creator or favorite TV show or something on TV or something you can watch that would instantly put a smile on your face or relax you or get you in a better mood than the one that you're currently in. So yeah, for me that'd be watching different YouTubers that I enjoy, that I know are gonna relax me or distract me. So if I'm in a bit of a like depressed or sad mood, I would avoid probably watching true crime documentaries. Not the best choice. I'd watch probably relaxing vlogs. That's probably where I'd go. Or I used to watch a lot of Friends just to give me a laugh. But I've kind of been put off from Friends ever since the war on Gaza, and knowing that a lot of the actors and actresses in that show were Zionists or are Zionists. Like that Michael Rappaport, he played a role in Friends as like a cop, like he was in a couple of episodes, he did a cameo, and his tweets and posts are just really, really horrible, and he's such a Zionist and I can't believe it. So yeah, I used to laugh at his episodes. I found him funny in there, but definitely not anymore. So I've kind of been put off Friends. I actually haven't watched it since everything that's been going on in Gaza, but I might just watch it here and there. Plus Chandler's passed away, hasn't he? It just kind of reminds you of how short life is, and it's not as funny anymore. When you think about that. So yeah, you want to watch something. So I don't know why I found that so funny. You want to watch something that makes you feel good, and you don't want to watch something that might depress you or remind you of how depressing life is. So yeah, your favourite show, ideally if you like comedies, something funny, or like I said, your favourite YouTuber or creator. There's a few people that I watch on Instagram, not really TikTok. Like I mentioned before, I'm not on TikTok very often, but Instagram there's a couple of like funny creators. It definitely helps to improve one's mood. Another thing that you could do to make yourself feel better instantly if you're not feeling great is to read the Quran. And this is especially if you're Muslim. If you're not, you could still have a go. There might be something in there that appeals to you. Read the Quran, and any chapter really, but just read the stories in there, and it'll remind you of like the purpose of this life, and that it's temporary, and the thing that you're going through right now, it's not going to last forever. The Quran is a healing anyway, isn't it, in itself? So just reading the verses of the Quran and connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the Quran, it'll just boost your mood naturally anyway. So that's definitely a really good way to make yourself feel better or happier in an instant. One fun way of making yourself feel better is if you're feeling a bit down or depressed, think of like a future thing that you're going to do. Maybe you've got a holiday booked for the near future, maybe there's a wedding coming up in the family, a nice event, a nice party that you can maybe plan for and get your mind off things. So if you've got a holiday coming up, think about the things that you might wear on that holiday and have a little browse online, find some nice bikinis or whatever it is you're going to wear on your holiday, and what kind of fun things you're going to eat. That's usually what I would be thinking about, and what kind of activities you're going to do, and that should hopefully get your mind off whatever's stressing you out and depressing you. And if all those kind of fail and they don't make you feel better in an instant, write down the things in your life that you've got to be grateful for, because that'll definitely make you feel like your problems are not as huge as they may seem compared to what other people are going through. And yeah, just write a list of things that you've got to be grateful for on that day, or just in life in general, all the positive things that you've got going on. And it might make you realize life is actually not that bad, and it could be worse. And alhamdulillah, all praise to Allah for all the good things that you've got in your life and the things that we've got in our lives. And that's not to belittle any problems that you do have. Obviously, when you're going through something, or you're suffering, or you're feeling pretty low, if people said to you, but you know, you should be grateful, it can be annoying to hear that, because no one really knows how you feel. But it is useful to try and at least feel grateful for what you've got. As an example, and I know Gaza is like a really, really extreme example, the people there, if there's one thing they've shown us, the Palestinians, is, you know, about patience and being grateful. And I was watching a couple of videos about like their level of gratitude and patience. One brother was saying, or one doctor I think it was, I don't know, someone was saying that one of the doctors that works at the hospitals there, a Palestinian doctor, he'd lost his wife and kids, but he was still so like hospitable to this person who was visiting. One of his kids was like Hafiz of the Quran, so he'd memorized the Quran, and whenever they would pray, the son was the one leading the prayers, and that family would always be saying Alhamdulillah for all the blessings that Allah has given to us. So they show like a lot of gratitude, even though they're basically in the worst situation that there is. So if they can show gratitude in that situation, then I'm sure we can manage a little bit. But if you've got like a condition and it's something that you can't like get past, like if you're clinically depressed or you've got another condition, then it's easier said than done, isn't it? These kind of tips won't really help you, but they might help a tiny bit. This is just if you're having a bit of an off day, or if someone's irritated you, then these kind of tips inshallah should help you pretty quick, if not in an instant. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I pray this video has given you some ideas. Let me know what kind of tips you use. What do you do when you're feeling down or not really in the mood? And I'm sure other people will benefit as well as myself, loves. Inshallah, see you really soon. Jazakallah. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Salam. Bye.